Azkaban has existed since the 15th century and was not originally a prison at all, but it was a home to a wizard who called himself Agrestis, obviously extremely powerful but of unknown nationality. Agrestis, who is believed to have been insane, was a practitioner of the worst kinds of dark arts. The building populated by thousands of Dementors. They feed on human happiness and can extract souls with their Dementor's kiss. Even though they are blind, they can sense and feed on positive feelings, draining their victims' happiness. One day, the Ministry of Magic find out about the existence of the building. Many in authority thought Azkaban an evil place that was best destroyed. Others were afraid of what might happen to the Dementors infesting the building if they deprived them of their home. The creatures were already strong and impossible to kill. Many feared a horrible revenge if they took away a habitat where they appeared to thrive. The Ministry of Magic feels that the small wizardly presence that exists up and down the country pose a security risk, so they scrap the plans for the new prison at once and insist on using Azkaban. They claim that the Dementors living there were an advantage. They could be guards, saving the Ministry time, trouble, and expense. The new prison seems to be working well, and prisoners inside were mostly insane because of the Dementors' way of sucking the joy out of the air. The prison have been operating for 15 years. There had been no breakouts and no breaches of security. Until Sirius Black escaped from Azkaban in an ingenious and impressive way. Sirius Black was put in Azkaban because of a crime he didn't commit, which is betraying the Potters to Voldemort and killing 12 Muggles and 1 wizard, and he was framed by Peter Pettigrew. Sirius stayed in Azkaban for 12 years. The only reason Sirius Black never lost his mind is that he knew he was innocent. That wasn't a happy thought, so the Dementors couldn't suck it out of him, but it kept him sane and knowing who he is, and helped him keep his powers. So when it all became too much, he could transform in his cell become a dog. The Dementors can't see, they just feel their way toward people by feeding off their emotions. His feelings were less human when he was a dog, so it didn't trouble them, but he was so weak and had no hope of driving them away without a wand until he saw Peter. He was in a photograph withdrawn in his family that had appeared in the Daily Prophet. The family were in Egypt, and there, on one shoulders, were scabbards, and it was Fudge who gave Sirius the paper when he came to inspect Azkaban. So Sirius knew he was Peter at once, because of many times he had seen him transformed, and the caption said Ron would be going back to Hogwarts, to where Harry was. So he had to do something, because he was the only one who knew Peter was still alive. It was as if someone had lit a fire in his head. The Dementors couldn't destroy it, and it wasn't a happy feeling, but it gave him strength. So one night, when they opened the door to bring food, he slid past them as a dog. It's too much harder for them to catch animal emotions, and he was thin enough to slip through the bars and swam as a dog back to the mainland and slipped into Hogwarts grounds, and he became friends with a cat he met there, and then he's been living in the forest ever since. Sirius Black was truly great innocent man and turned out to be Harry's best father, but unfortunately he passed away before he even started enjoying his freedom.